After dropping off the last passenger at the final stop, Aslam drove the bus quickly. He was eager to reach the bus stand and then head home. The exhaustion from the entire day was clearly visible on his face. He was now passing through a terrifying jungle. This was a route far from any settlement. Every day, while driving the bus through here, he felt a strange sense of dread. Today, too, it was 2:00 a.m., and he was crossing this path. Suddenly, as he passed by, his eyes caught sight of something. It was a girl standing under a tree, waving her hand to stop the bus. Seeing a girl on a deserted road at midnight, Aslam was astonished. Who was she? But he was a driver, so he stopped the bus. Where do you want to go? The girl was wearing a niqab. Aslam asked her 2 or 3 times, but she didn't respond. Instead, she silently went and sat on the very back seat of the bus. He kept glancing at the girl through the bus's rear mirror. She sat with her head bowed, niqab on, only her eyes visible. Then, Aslam stopped the bus at the stand and turned back, saying, "Listen, girl, the bus won't go any further from here. You'll have to get off." Aslam was surprised because there were tears in the girl's eyes. She silently got off at the bus stand, and as Aslam walked home on foot, he felt a strange sensation. Someone was following him. As soon as he turned around, he was stunned. The girl was walking silently behind him. "Why are you following me? Where do you want to go?" Aslam asked, confused, looking at the girl. "I have no place. I'm searching for shelter myself. If you don't take me with you, I'll jump into a canal and end my life." "What are you saying? And who are you? I don't know you. How can I take you with me? At home, there's only my old mother and my little sister. I don't know you. How can I bring you along? Fine. If you can't take me, I'll jump into the river and kill myself." Saying this, the girl started running fast to one side. Now Aslam panicked. He wanted to stop her. Suddenly, in the moonlight's glow, he saw the girl's face. Her dupatta had slipped from her face, which she had kept hidden. Aslam saw her. She was extremely beautiful and was now running into the jungle searching for a well. But suddenly, Aslam called out and stopped her. "Stop! Don't do this! I'll take you with me." Hearing Aslam's voice, the girl stopped immediately. "If I had any place, I would never say this to you. I'm helpless." The girl was still crying. Aslam consoled her, saying, "Don't worry, I'll take you with me." Aslam was deeply conflicted inside, but he could see the girl was in severe trouble. Her eyes looked very strange. She was wearing white clothes and had covered her face with a dupatta, but now in front of Aslam was her moon-like beautiful face. The girl was truly very pretty, but he was thinking to himself, what would he tell his mother? His mother would question him, "Who is this girl? Where did she come from?" Aslam was a poor bus driver. There were only 2 siblings. His father had passed away years ago. He drove a bus, but it wasn't his own. He drove for a contractor. He drove all day and handed over the earnings to the contractor. The contractor had hired him on a monthly salary because he was a very good driver. Nothing like this had ever happened to him before. But the jungle he passed through daily to get home was famous for strange incidents. Aslam always felt fear on this route, but nothing had happened to him until today. And today, this girl who had latched onto him. Who knows who she is or where she came from? But one thing was true, the girl was very beautiful. A short while later, his house arrived. Aslam turned to look at the girl, who was walking silently behind him with her head down. His little sister Zoya opened the door. Zoya was stunned seeing the girl standing behind Aslam. "Who is this, brother? Which girl have you brought home?" Zoya said, looking at the girl. Aslam quickly replied, "Ask questions later. First, bring me food. I'm very hungry." Zoya went to get food while the girl stood in the corner. Then Aslam's old mother came out from the inner room and started looking at the girl. There was surprise on her face too. But Aslam's mother was also angry that he had brought a girl home without her permission. Aslam ate silently while the girl stood in the corner. But shortly after, the girl suddenly fainted and fell to the ground. Seeing this, Aslam's mother and his little sister Zoya were both shocked, and Aslam himself became worried. His mother immediately tried to revive the girl. It turned out the girl was hungry, but as soon as Aslam's mother looked at the girl's hands and face, she was very surprised because there were injury marks on the girl's face. It seemed as if she had been hit with something. There were strange marks all over her body. It looked like she had been tortured. "Mother, this girl is so beautiful," Zoya started saying to her mother while her mother was stunned. Aslam quickly said, "Give this girl food and such. Maybe she's been hungry for many days, but who is she? Where did you find her?" Now Aslam's mother couldn't hold back and asked her son. "Mother, I don't even know her name or anything. I was passing through that route. She latched onto me, saying take me with you. When she regains consciousness, ask her everything." He said casually and went to his room to rest. A little later, the girl regained consciousness, but she looked very tired. Zoya brought her food and she started eating silently. Aslam's mother said to her, "Daughter, what's your name? Who are you? Where did you come from? Tell me everything truthfully." Hearing this, the girl started crying. Then, sobbing, she said, "Auntie, you won't throw me out of this house, will you? I have no place. If I hadn't escaped from there, that exorcist would have killed me. My cruel uncle and aunt handed me over to him. They think jinns have possessed me. There's nothing like that, Auntie." The girl's eyes were turning completely red, and she was saying who knows what to Aslam's mother while crying. Hearing the word jinn, both Zoya and Aslam's mother got scared. They looked at the girl in surprise, whose eyes had turned red and whose facial expressions had become strange. Then Zoya said, "But what's your name? At least tell us that." The girl bowed her head. Then, crying, she said, "My name is Alia. I'm an orphan girl living with my uncle and aunt in a village too. I used to go to the well to fetch water, but after a few days I started waking up at night screaming. Everyone said jinns have overshadowed me. The jinn from the well attacked me. That's why I'm doing all this. My uncle and aunt got fed up with me. They took me to an exorcist, but the exorcist looked at me with evil eyes. When he tried to touch my body, I pushed him, and after that he tortured me a lot. He beat me. Then when my uncle and aunt came to meet me, the exorcist told them, "You can't take this girl with you because a very dangerous lover jinn is on her." But I wanted to go with my uncle and aunt. I knew the exorcist's intentions were bad. I begged them to take me with them, but they didn't agree and left me with the exorcist. He was a very devilish man. Somehow I attacked him and escaped from there. That's why I'm here in another city now. I have no place. Keep me here for a few days. It would be your kindness." The girl Alia fell at Aslam's mother's feet, pleading. Aslam's mother placed her hand on her head and said, "Don't worry, daughter. You'll stay here now. Nothing will happen to you here." Aslam's mother immediately believed her words, without knowing that Alia was smiling in a strange way. Then she started living in that house. She did household chores with Aslam's mother and his little sister Zoya. But one night, when Aslam was lying on his charpoy sleeping, he felt strange in his sleep. It felt like someone was standing close to him. As soon as Aslam opened his eyes, a scream escaped his mouth. It was Alia with her long hair loose, standing near his bed, staring at him intently. "What are you doing here?" Aslam said angrily. "I came to see you. I like you a lot." Hearing Alia's words, Aslam got very angry. Sleep fled from his eyes. Alia's red eyes, her mysterious face, and that cold tone. Nothing seemed normal. Aslam felt fear of her. He looked at Alia in surprise, then angrily said, "Don't look at me like that. What was the need to come to my room at this hour?" There was a slight smile on Alia's lips, a smile that didn't seem human. Her eyes looked completely still, giving a strange feeling. Aslam felt fear in his own room. "I just came to see you. You're good, very good." Her tone was strange, as if she was uttering words by feeling them. Then she slowly turned and went out the door, but Aslam felt like a gust of cold wind had remained in the room behind her. For a long time, Aslam couldn't sleep. He kept feeling her presence. Her hair was so long. He had never seen such long hair on any girl before. The next day, when Aslam woke up, the door was locked from inside, but he remembered leaving it open at night. Aslam panicked. Doubt arose in his heart. "Is this girl really human?" When he had breakfast, Zoya said. "Hey, the light was on in the room at night. Was everything okay?" Zoya was concerned for him. Aslam brushed it off, but Alia was silent, and her silence was filled with fear. If he told anyone about Alia, Mother and Zoya would throw her out. Thinking this, he stayed quiet. That same day, an old woman from the neighborhood who knew some things met Aslam's mother. She saw Alia and said in a trembling voice, "Lady, this girl doesn't seem ordinary. There's no light in her eyes like in humans. You need to be careful." Aslam's mother laughed it off, but Aslam was now worried. That night he came home very tired, Due to exhaustion, he couldn't sleep, but he tried to sleep and soon fell into slumber. But that night, something very bad happened to him. At night, he had a strange dream. He is driving the bus. The road is dark, and a voice comes from the jungle. Aslam, you are mine. You will remain mine. The bus stops, and Alia stands in front of him in white clothes. Behind her, the shadows of trees move, and from those shadows a jinn appears, screaming, "She is ours. Stay away from this girl, Aslam." Aslam woke up screaming, drenched in sweat. He was extremely scared. Ever since this girl, Alia, came into the house, strange things had been happening to him. Now he knew Alia was hiding something, and that truth was perhaps more terrifying than death. He needed to know everything about this girl. Otherwise, his family was in great danger. Whatever story this girl was telling, it was all based on lies. He didn't sleep all night. He stayed awake the whole night, but in the morning he had to go to work. He was a driver, a bus driver. He had responsibility on his shoulders. As morning came, Aslam was quite distraught. Dark circles under his eyes, fatigue on his face, and a strange burden in his heart. Alia was working quietly in the kitchen, as if nothing had happened, but Aslam's eyes now kept stopping on her repeatedly. In the afternoon, Aslam found a chance and asked Alia, "Alia, tell me the truth. Who are you?" Alia's hands stopped. She lowered her eyes and then softly said, "You yourself gave me shelter in this house, Aslam, but you have the right to know who I am." Then her eyes started turning red, and in moments she appeared from the corner of the room right in front of him. Aslam's eyes remained wide open. This speed, this movement. It wasn't human. "I am a jinn, but not an enemy of cruel humans like you. I was captive to that exorcist, from whose clutches I escaped. He wanted to imprison me and use me for his purposes." Aslam's breath stopped. He wanted to scream, but his tongue wouldn't cooperate. "I haven't harmed you and don't want to, but you helped me. Now you are my protector and my fate." Aslam stepped back, but Alia said, "There's a danger behind me, a jinn tribe that wants to take me back. Because I am their princess. I told your family a false story about myself. It was all lies. I wanted to come from the jinn world to the human world because there was great danger for me there." Hearing this, Aslam's legs went weak. "What princess? Yes, and my marriage was arranged with an evil jinn who hates humans. When I refused, they imprisoned me as punishment." A strange emotion awoke in Aslam's heart. Sympathy, fear, or something else he couldn't understand himself. "If you want, I can leave, but if you let me stay here, I will always repay the debt of your life." In that moment, Aslam felt his mother, sister, and his own life in danger. But there was also a moment when he nodded silently to Alia and said, "Okay, but if anyone gets harmed, I will end myself." Alia said in a mysterious tone and became silent again. But that same night, the door outside knocked loudly and someone called in a jinn-like voice, "Hand over Alia, or we will erase this house from existence." These terrifying voices, whose were they? Hearing the voices, Aslam and his family all woke up. In the silence of the night, those dreadful voices shook the whole house. Zoya screamed and clung to her mother, and Aslam ran quickly toward the door. Alia was already standing in front of the door. Her eyes were glowing like red embers again. "They have come." Alia's voice was low but filled with danger. "Who?" Aslam shouted. "The protectors of my tribe and my betrothed jinn. They will take me with them. Save me, Aslam, I love you." At that moment the door shook violently as if some gigantic entity had jolted it with full force. Aslam picked up the amulet with Quranic verses that his mother had given him long ago. With a trembling body he said, "If you are truly innocent, Alia, prove your truth today." Alia stepped forward. Her hands rose and her lips moved. Suddenly the room grew colder. Lamps started extinguishing and windows began closing on their own. The door shook violently once more, and then silence fell. "Jafir isn't leaving. He won't go back without me," Alia said, bowing her head. "Either I meet him, or you all will be destroyed." Aslam was fed up now. "You have power. Why don't you fight him?" Alia softly replied, "Because I want to love, not spill blood. But if he harms you or your house, then I won't be the Alia you gave shelter to. I will become the one that even jinns remember with fear." That night, the sky turned red as if on fire. In the courtyard, a black shadow descended, did Jafir, the Prince of Jinns, whose face was not human but eyes filled with pride and hatred. Alia, come with me. He growled, or Alili, this all ends. Aslam stepped forward. The amulet in his hand, leave her, she is ours now. Jafir laughed as if mocking a helpless child. You are a human and she is my future wife. Alia stepped forward, eyes blazing, and said, I was never yours and never will be. Then what happened human eyes had never seen. Aslam saw Alia's eyes shedding tears. Her secret only Aslam knew it, his mother and sister Zoya did not. If he saved the Jinn Princess Alia, his life wouldn't be ruined. That devilish Jinn wouldn't take her with him forcibly. Aslam's heart decided he had to help Alia. I want to help you. Tell me what I should do. Do you really never want to return to your world? Aslam asked the Jinn Princess Alia, and she bowed her head. Then she said, I came to this world searching for a good human, which was fulfilled in your form. Now only you can help me. Let me stay in this world by any means. If no human marries me, that Jinn will take me back to his world forcibly, marry me, and then I will die. Hearing this, Aslam said, If I marry you, then I can't marry any other girl, and a Jinn princess and a human can never marry. The Jinn princess said, Marry me. From my side, you are free. Even if you marry someone else, I have no objection. Hearing this, Aslam was happy. He had to save the Jinn Princess Alia's life too. So one day, the two secretly got married. Aslam's mother and his sister Zoya didn't know that Aslam had married a Jinn princess. The Jinn princess started living in this world forever, because when her cruel fiancé came to take her, he found out that the Jinn princess had married a human, and that human was none other than a bus driver, Aslam, to whom the Jinn princess had told everything about herself in the darkness of night. Then one night, the Jinn princess left Aslam's house forever and went somewhere far. That day, his mother said to Aslam, Where did that girl go who came to this house? Did she go back to her family? Her life was in danger. Aslam said, No, she lives somewhere here, but she will never come to this house again. Hearing this, Aslam's mother and his little sister Zoya were stunned, but no one knew that Aslam and the Jinn princess had formed a bond between them, and that bond was very different.